The U.S. Mint is about to launch the 2025 Morgan & Peace program, and then we'll see these three beautiful beauties space the rest of the year. It's going to be a lot of fun. It always is. But when we see the new one come out, we always want to take a step back at what they've done so far. It was introduced in 2021. Then we had the new products in 2023, UNC, proof, and reverse proof. And we repeated that trend last year. Looks like it's going to be repeated again this year. We love our Morgan and our Peace. What if I told you the hidden gem is actually a 2024 edition? And tonight, or at least for a few minutes, we have that coin. The coin in question, the coin of the hour, is the 2024 Philadelphia uncirculated, right? Last year's edition, launched, give or take, July of 2024. Was launched with the Peace Dollar. They were independent opportunities. But today, a year later, we can go back and look at not only the 2021s, the 2023s, and the 2024s. And here is a remarkable bit of information that I was not aware of until I started looking further into this. Grant basically said, hey, you got to look at this one. I think this is something to talk about. If you look at the 2021s, they were launched with 175,000 of each, right? C, C, O, P, D, and S. And they sold out instantly. And you can't touch any of those coins. The Philadelphia is about $299 or more. 175,000 were made. The modern issue program is here. 2023, they increased the edition by 100,000 to 275,000, and it sells out instantly as well. And then the 2024, year 3 in the modern Morgan program, they make only 173,000 and change, which means last year's Morgan uncirculated is actually the key to the series so far. But it doesn't stop there. When you go into the certified numbers, it gets even crazier. The 2021, the original with 175,000 made, is a little over 30,000 known in 70. And today that's a $400 to $500 coin. Beautiful. The 2023s with 275,000 made are about a little over 70,000 coins in 70. The Morgan known to exist. That's also a couple $100 coin, upwards of $250 in the marketplace today. And then there's the 2024, which right now is under 30,000, under 29,000 at 28,569. So it wins with the mintage, it wins with the population, i.e. the lowest of the low. And yet today, even with the premium label, which is a special label NGC introduced in 2021, the Morgan and the Peace together, the gray label, tying in with the silver look and feel, the premium label, and that's what this coin's in. That's what the MP label stands for, Morgan Peace label. We're at $179.95. We found one of our competitors upwards of $249 to $279. And then we saw a flash sale on Walmart earlier this week. They were at $216.48. They're always ending in 8. We're at $179.95. We do coins for a living. That's why our price is always the best. So not only do we get the low mintage, we get the rarity in 70, and tonight we get the price on top of it all. So again, a fun topic. But the fun part is the fact that it's a continuing series. 2025s are going to be out shortly, as I referenced earlier. And they're going to be a lot of fun. They're going to be the Philadelphia uncirculated Morgan and Peace. Then you're going to see the proof issues out later this year, the reverse proof set out later this year. All great products. But today, it's about finding the needle in the haystack, the value tied to the series. And tonight, this is it. Right? This is it. The Morgan Silver Dollar from 2024. It just is oozing with wow, totally. Now, we spend a lot of time here on our side of the fence looking into the series. We track the coins. We look at how many are being made, the trends. You've heard me say many a times, after the first 90 to 120 days, you pretty much have 80% of all coins ever certified of that coin. That's because for the last, 30 years, we've been tracking it. And we look at the numbers so we can have an idea when is the appropriate time to pounce. Because it's always about finding the value and not missing out, right? Remember the flowing hair dollar? Issued 75,000 of them, sold out instantly the same year here. They only made 50,000, which is why it was crazy. And everybody was going crazy with it. We said, hold tight. Look for the OGP. Would you pay for that OGP from us here at AVC? What's it worth now? We watch the trends. We try to be ahead of the trend when information is available. And the best part is all of this is published information. The U.S. Mint reports how many they have made and sold so far every Tuesday. NGC, PCGS, all the big grading services do it every day. They update. So you see exactly how many coins they've seen and the grade you want to look at. Just great stuff. Free information. It's power. The more information we have, the better decisions we can make. Guys, give me a 30-second clock, please. So tonight, join me with this outright gem. The lowest mintage figure on an uncirculated Morgan, period. Beating the 21, beating the 23. It is the 24 Philly. Now when you look at the certified 70 numbers from NGC, you have 30,000 21s, 70,000 23s, and 28,000 and change. Less on the 24. Everything lines up, and now the value. It's also the most affordable. So it's the rarest and the most affordable. Nothing wrong with that, is there? But it is time for us to be moving on.